Good morning, everyone. It's time to get out of bed. We've got a big day ahead of us because we're leaving for Kowloon tomorrow. So, basically, the game's given us as long as we need to say goodbye to everyone and do whatever we need to do here in Wan Chai in Aberdeen. And whenever we're ready to progress with the game, we can head on over to the Manmo Temple and say goodbye to Su Ying. So, let's get started.
Oh, 行くの?
ああ、香港を出る前に世話になった人たちに一言お礼を言っておこうと思ってな。
そう。
まずはお前だ。
え？
ずいぶん世話になった。
いや。
ありがとう。
いいんだよ、お礼なんて。それより、どこへ行くのか知らないけど、気をつけてね、りょう兄ちゃん。
ああ、元気でな。
You might remember back in Shenmue 1, the game kind of implied that Ryo Hazuki left for Hong Kong immediately after beating the Mad Angels, and I said that that probably wasn't the case because Ryo Hazuki probably would have spent maybe a day or so preparing to leave and also to say goodbye to his friends and family and stuff. And I think the fact that he's willing to do that here in Hong Kong after a short stay would probably imply he probably did it in Japan as well. You don't have to, of course, it's entirely optional. You can just teleport straight to the Manmo Temple and just speak to Su Ying there, but nah, we're just going to start from here. Before we start saying farewell to everyone, we've got some unfinished business. Let's beat up this guy some more and earn some more money. And plus, we've learned a new move that's even more powerful than the stab armor, and it's the brawling uppercut. You can see the little flaming icon next to it, and that indicates it's a critical move, which basically means it's like, well, it just means it's really strong and capable of killing weaker enemies in one punch. As you can see, I'll just spam the brawling uppercut. Yeah, level 11 guy goes down in like 4 uppercuts. Now, the command for the brawling uppercut is double back and punch, and that means you have to take a step back before you do the move. But you can buffer the command while you're doing other moves, so if you press the double back while you're doing something else, it'll still count and you'll do the brawling uppercut if you press the timing right. So what I'm saying is you can learn to buffer your commands if you're willing to play this game at Evo or something. So I guess it's time to start the farewells. Let's start with Daylin, our good friend who works in the harbour.
Oh, 元気そうじゃねえか。最近ヘブンズと揉めてるって聞いて心配してたんだ。どうだ、レンの野郎ぶちのめしたか？
ええ、まあ。
やっぱり喧嘩アッパーを教えといてよかったぜ。よし、次は俺の必殺技を教えて。
トクリンさん、実はお別れを言いに来たんです。
お別れ？どういうことだ？
空論城へ行くことにしたんです。
空論城？なんだってそんな危険なところに。
ちょっとした事情があって。
そうか。お前とは息の合ったコンビだと思ったんだがな。
すいません。
なあ、いや、しっかりやれよ。
お世話になりました。トクリンさんもお元気で。
おう。
Farewell, Daylin. We had fun moving boxes around at $10 a piece.
親方。
おう、兄ちゃんか。元気そうだな。
ええ、まあ。
ジョイとはうまくいってんのか？
いえ、そんな、俺は。
尻に敷かれるなよ。ところで、今人手が足りなくてな。暇だったらアルバイトしねえか。
すいません。今日はちょっと。
そうか。じゃあ今度頼むぜ。
はい。
So Ryo said he wants to thank the guys who helped him on his journey, and that includes basically all the people who were involved in the little quest we did when we were looking for the 4 woodly-do things. So after these monks teleport in, we'll start by saying thanks to all the guys at this martial arts school.
どうも、葉月さん。今度、ワンチャイを離れるので、挨拶に来ました。
どこに行かれるのですか？
空論城です。
空論城に？
ある人物に会うためです。
そうですか。空論城は恐ろしいところだと聞いています。ご分を祈っています。
ありがとうございます。
I know the game occasionally says we're leaving Hong Kong, but well, technically speaking, Kowloon is a part of Hong Kong, so we're not leaving Hong Kong, we're just leaving the Wan Chai area.
どうも、葉月さん。今度、ワンチャイを離れるので、挨拶に来ました。
どこに行かれるんですか？
空論城です。
空論城に？あそこは危険なところだと聞いています。
どうしても、行かなければならないんです。
そうですか。深い事情があるようですね。どうかお気をつけて。
ありがとうございます。
You know, the impression we're getting from all these people is that Kowloon's a really dangerous place where you can get killed and stuff, and, well, I guess that's just foreshadowing things to come.
すいません。
おお、何か用かね？
今日は、お別れを言いに伺いました。
お別れ？どこかに行くのか？
ええ、空論城へ。
そうか。行くか。
いろいろお世話になり、ありがとうございました。
何を言う。礼を言うのはわしの方じゃ。祖先のこと、誠に感謝しておる。本当にありがとう。
修繕先生も、どうかお元気で。
お主も達者でな。
ありがとうございます。失礼します。
Goodbye, old monk who sits in this chair the entire time. Who's next on our list of people who helped us? Oh, nearby is the old guy doing Tai Chi, so let's speak to him.
ケンミンさん。
どうしたんじゃ？改まった顔じゃの。
実は、ワンチャイを離れることになったんです。
どこへ行くんじゃ？
空論城です。
空論城に？なぜじゃ？
修験達って人に会うためです。
やはりな。経過から話は聞いておった。
経過さんから聞いた話って？
お主が香港に来た目的が修験達にあるらしいとな。おそらく経過も周英さんから聞いておったんじゃろう。
そうだったんですか。今までありがとうございました。
礼を言われるほどのことはしとらんよ。それより気を引き締めてゆくんじゃぞ、少年。
はい。
Thank you, old man, for teaching me how to punch trees. I'll never forget you. Down the street is Gui Shang, the crazy old lady, so let's say goodbye to her.
経過さん。
なんだか今日はあんたが来そうな気がしてたよ。
え？
で、私になんか用かい？
実は、ワンチャイを離れることになったんです。
次はどこへ行く気だ？
空論城です。
やっぱり修験達を追うのかい？
ええ。
まあ、周英さんから話を聞いていたからね。あんたが香港に来た目的も。
そうだったんですか。今まで、ありがとうございました。
私は締めっぽいのが苦手でね。別れの挨拶なんていらないよ。 男が一度決めたことなら最後までやり遂げな。だけど無駄に命を落とすんじゃないよ。
わかりました。ありがとうございます。
I'm not entirely sure that telling Ryo Hazuki to follow his dreams is really a good idea considering the context of revenge. But hey, whatever. Before leaving, I decided to see if Wang said anything about farewells.
ああ、どうも。
ワンさん、今いいかな？
ちょっとダメね。
そうか。
後で話聞くよ。それでいい？
ああ、わかった。
Yeah, I don't think Wang really gives you any kind of useful hints or anything like that. He doesn't really give you information when you ask for it. He just kind of stands there doing nothing on the third floor. A little bit different from his brother, who actually does help you out. Although he does beg you for free drinks all the time, but it's something.
長優さ
ん。おお、いらっしゃい。
実は、 ワンチャイを離れることになったんです。
何か事情がありそうだな。
空論城に行くんです。
空論城に？
修験達って人に会うためです。
空論城は危険なところだ。油断するな。どんな状況になろうとも冷静に判断するんだ。
武徳の丹ですね。肝に銘じておきます。
周英さんにはもう話したのか？
いえ、まだです。
文武廟に行ってこい。
はい。
Goodbye, old crazy hairdresser that held a knife to my neck. Now, to be honest, there's one guy that I feel kind of bad about. I've stayed at the Come-Over guest house for about a month and I haven't paid the guy a single dime. So, I think before I leave, it's probably only fair to at least give him at least some of our money.
兄ちゃんいいところに来たな。宿代のツケが残ってんぜ。分かってんだろうが、宿泊代がいっぱい溜まってんだ。これじゃ商売になんねえよ。頼むから払ってくれ。
Well, I'll just give him what money I have and... Oh, I had you guys there, didn't I? No, I'm not paying him a bloody cent. Hey, guess what? I'm leaving Hong Kong tomorrow. So, screw you, I'm not paying you a bloody dime. Okay, so one other guy who helped us on our journey is Zhong Quan, the street performing guy. The one who used to train at the martial arts school. So let's speak to him. Still hasn't got a haircut, I see.
宗仙さん。
ああ、元気そうだな。
実はワンチャイを離れることになったんです。
またえらく急だな。
空論城に行くんです。
空論城に？
修験達って人に会うためです。
人に会うためだけに空論城へ行こうってのか。命知らずもいいとこだぜ。
分かってます。
まあ、お前ならどこへ行っても大丈夫そうだな。
宗仙さんにもお世話になりました。
見ての通り貧乏でよ。何の選別もやれねえが、せめて無事を祈ってるぜ。
ありがとうございます。
You know, he says he's a street performer, but I haven't really seen him do anything, and the one thing he earned money for was something we did when you broke the rock. Can he not break rocks himself? Well, no matter. Let's say goodbye to Izumi at the tomato convenience store. Well, first we'll buy a snack. One last snack before we go. This is actually the last snack we'll get, because where we're going next, there's no convenience stores there, so let's get ourselves one more box of caramel and hope the toy capsule we'll get from this is good.
それ、最近よく売れてるの。
ありがとう。何かおまけが。
Yup, who cares?
泉。
あら、りょう。
忙しいか？
お店はそうでもないけど、勉強の方がね。
そうか、大変だな。
今、暇なの？
いや、そうでもない。
なのに、わざわざ寄ってくれたんだ。
通りがかっただけだ。
ありがとう。
邪魔なら帰るけど。
ゆっくりしてってよ。
There's lots of awkward pauses in this conversation.
実は香港を離れるんだ。
そう。
じゃあ。
待って。
Wait, really? That's how you say goodbye to her?
泉。
私の家に遊びに来ない？
Wait, what?
この近くだから。
香港を離れるんだ。もう行くよ。
そう。頑張ってね。
That was a bit of an awkward goodbye. She does seem awfully sad to see us go. Oh well, I guess we'll, Oh, what the hell. One more duck race for old time's sake. Besides, Starscream's still gotta beat the brown duck and all her
この間のア
ducklings.
ヒルレースだけど。
あれ？りょう、そのアヒルは？
捕まえたんだ。
ねえ、それレースに出してみない？
ああ。
決まりね。じゃあ、行きましょう。
Okay, Starscream, it's time to reclaim your title as the fastest duck in the world. I mean, okay, there's that green-headed duck, but I don't want to spend too much on duck racing. So, that doesn't count.
よし、兄ちゃんのアヒルは一番の白だ。 すぐにレースだから準備してくれよ。よし、そろそろスタートだ。
All hail Starscream! He totally creamed the competition. And our reward is another gold medal, even though we can only carry one, so really we don't get any kind of reward. I should also mention that as well as the green-headed duck and the brown duck, there's also a penguin which you can race against, who's like even faster. It only appears on rainy days, and unfortunately I didn't get a chance to record it, but yeah, it's just like a super hard enemy you can race in the duck races, a penguin. So, that's the last we'll see of Izumi. Let's spend some quality time in the video game arcades buying figures. Boring! Bean's buying again. I'm not sure if I've elaborated. Binsbein is an enemy from Space Harrier. Someone asked me that a while ago, and I don't think I've actually said where Binsbein is from. Those random geometric shapes are just a certain enemy type that you can find while playing Space Harrier. But we won't play that, we'll play Outrun instead, which is a much better game. And this time, I managed to do a lot better. In fact, I make it to stage 4. I mean, it is kind of cool that all the different stages have very different looking environments. Get out the way! Jesus! Out! Yeah. Now, I guess as you might expect, the further you go in, the more twisty and windy the roads become, so the more you need to be careful about the road layout. You can memorize the road layout, but I don't think there's really much point, I suppose. You just need to be careful with the tricky corners. Really the biggest problem is like the traffic on the roads, because they're the ones that seem to be kind of random, and it's kind of hard to avoid those if you don't know what to do. I love this music though. Like, whenever you spin out like this though, sometimes when you hit an obstacle at low speeds, you just spin out, but then every time you do that, the woman in the passenger seat just kind of points at you and yells at you like it's all your fault. I mean, I guess it is my fault, but we're not going to make it to the goal in time. It's time to die an honourable death for the Horde! Not too bad, eh? Nearly made it to stage 5. I've never actually completed this game though. But at the very least we beat our old record, so I can put in a proper name. K-I-M. There we go. And whenever we beat the record of 5 million points, you'll automatically get a mini Outrun figure. So we get another one of those, which is nice. I guess we'll be saying goodbye to Outrun for the time being, because once we head to Kowloon, there's not going to be an Outrun machine there, so thank you Outrun for all the fun times. It's time for a drink. Go with this one. Green tea. It is nice that the game gives you this little period of time where you can do whatever you want as you say goodbye to all the people who helped you on your journey before you leave to Kowloon, because I wish Shenmue 1 did that. Once you get the job at the harbour, things are just kind of like railroaded, and you're kind of like forced towards the final sequence of the game.
Good.
And I feel that's a bit of a shame, because that's the one part of the game where you have a shitload of money, and you don't really have the time to spend it all. So, yeah, I wish you could decide when you left for Hong Kong, because, like, you know, at the end of the game, that's the one time you have all this money and you can go nuts on toy capsules and raffles and whatever. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame they don't let you do that, but no point complaining about it now. That's in the past. Okay, so before we leave, we can't forget one very special, important individual. A special person who we've been spending a lot of time with while we were in Hong Kong. We definitely can't forget about her. So, let's bid her farewell.
ちゃうんですね。
ファンメ。
止めたって無駄なんですよね。
ああ、世話になったな。
りょうさんも。違うよ。私泣いてないよ。だって私泣かないんだから。元気だけが取り柄なんだから。だから。
ファンメ。
りょうさん、これ。
ん？
お守りです。
お守り？
私が捨てられてた時、手に握ってたんですって。その時もやっぱり私、笑ってたそうです。バカですよね、ほんと。
これを俺に？
はい、もらってください。それとこれ。
写真？
内緒で持ってきちゃいました。老子が写ってる写真結構貴重なんですよ。
そうか、ありがとう。
お元気で。お体に気をつけてください。
ああ。
遅くならないうちに寝て。それから好きです。
ファンメ。
いいんです。今は何も言ってくれなくても。でもいつかまたここへ戻ってきてくださいね。
ああ。
私待ってますから。りょうさんを信じて。
約束するよ。
You see what I mean when I said it's kind of weird when Fang Mei is this really well-developed love interest character, despite the fact she's underaged, and, like, compared to Nozomi, who pretty much got nothing but awkward phone calls the whole time, you know? It's kind of weird, I don't know, but yes, we get an amulet. You only get this if you do all this extra stuff with Fang Mei, so that's something for our efforts, I suppose. And also a photo of Su Ying. And also the rest of the gang who hang out at the Manmo Temple, so that's a nice photo, I don't mind that. So, next up, we head over to the Manmo Temple and bid our final farewells. Inside the Manmo Temple itself, there's Han Hui, so we'll say goodbye to him first.
カンキさん、俺ワンチャイを離れるので挨拶に来ました。
どこへ行くのかね。
空論城です。
やはり修験達。
ええ。
空論城は危険の多いところだ。くれぐれも気をつけたまえ。
ありがとうございます。
老子は裏庭にいらっしゃる。ご挨拶を。
はい。
Let's just give him a little bow. And let's head over to the backyard and say goodbye to Su Ying. And once you go to the backyard in the Manmo Temple, that triggers the end of the disc, and you'll leave Wan Chai and Aberdeen. So, If there's anything you want to get done, or if there's any unfinished business you have, or if you want to dick around some more, you want to make sure you do that first, because that's the point of no return. We've pretty much done everything we need to do, so let's continue our adventure.
Kowloon城にどうしても行くつもりなのね。
はい。
義とは
正しいことのためにためらうことなく行動すること。たとえ義を破ることになっても俺は乱帝を許さない。
俺は奴らを許さない。
やだ、指名にじゃ行かないで。
父さんと母さんを殺した奴を見つけ出すんだ。
見つけ出すって？
私有門が知っている。
私有門に入るの？
悪魔に魂を売っても必ず復讐するんだ。
やだやだ、お兄ちゃんまでいなくなったら
必ず帰ってくる。
いや、行かないで。指名兄ちゃん、
元気でな。
かかってきなさい。
え？
断定は冷酷非常と聞いているわ。私に手間取るようじゃあなたの命はないわ。
おりゃ！おりゃ！
引導。英風。海底血。断定ならあなたはもう死んでいるわ。一度くらい当ててみなさい。
今の技は
凱門長中、八極拳六大会の一つよ。
八極拳六大会。
この技を覚えてから行きなさい。
俺にこの技を？
凱門長中は攻撃をかわしながら相手の懐に飛び込む。体勢の崩れているところに長中を打ち込む。相手の力と攻撃が重なり威力は計り知れない。まず型を教えるわ。重心を後ろに移すのと同時に腕と足に力を込め肘を打ち出す。これが凱門長中よ。最初は体さばきからやってみなさい。一歩だけ重心を後ろに移すのよ。
Okay, this time one step means press the back button once. None of that double back stuff.
そう、体さばきはそれでいいわ。次は一歩下がるのと同時に腕と足に力を込めるのよ。やってみなさい。
So it's back, punch and kick at the same time.
どうやら型はできたようね。でも凱門長中は相手の懐に飛び込んでこそ真価を発揮する。攻撃を読むことが大切よ。訓符を重ねるしかないわ。歓喜。
はい。彼
の相手。 短期の攻撃をよく読んでタイミングを合わせるのよ。手加減は無用よ。本気で打ち込みなさい。
わかりました。
始めなさい。
So this works in a kind of similar way to the swallow flip, the move you learned at the end of Shenmue 1, except it's superior in pretty much every way. It's more powerful and it's easier to use.
できたようね。今の動きを忘れないで。
はい。
その呼吸だ。どうやら掴んだようだ。
なぜ俺に技を？
老子はお前の命が心配なのだ。
俺の命が？
邪道に落ちてはいけない。憲法は人を生かすためにある。それを忘れないで。行きなさい。
And thus, Disc 2 ends. Gives us the opportunity to save the game first, so let's do that. Okay, that's the game saved. And just like last time, when the disc change screen appears, if you press the R button, you get a bit of an Easter egg. You get to cycle through 2 whole pictures. Here's one of Chai, the main enemy of Shenmue 1. And here's one of Xiuying and Fang Mei. And that's about it, really. See you guys next time, where we start Disc 3. We leave Wan Chai and we go to Kowloon, as we search for Zhu Yuanda in our quest to avenge our father. See you guys next time.
?忘れ物？
これ。
写真？
内緒で持ってきちゃいました。老子が写ってる写真、結構貴重なんですよ。
そうか。わざわざありがとう。
頑張ってくださいね。私たち、りょうさんの無事を毎日お祈りしてますから。
ああ。元気でな。
はい。りょうさんもお元気で。本当に、どうかお元気で。